Welcome to C Miniatures. My name is Latanya and I am a miniatureholic. Now if you'd like to know what a miniatureholic is, please refer back to my Intro to Miniatures video. This week I want to bring you my haunted house. It was inspired by Bentley House Minis on YouTube. Now she made a really nice haunted house. I'm not into the Addams Family like that. I just wanted a haunted house. So I made the case and I also made the dungeon. In this week's video, that's what you're going to see, me actually making the dungeon. And you'll see photos of the case being put together. And also this house was blue, trimmed in black. So I decided to transform it into a haunted house. I'm not done with the outside. I still have work to do there. I still have some work to do in the dungeon because it's not completely done. So once I am done with it, then I'm going to move to the conservatory and then still finish working on some of the outside of the house and then go into the house room by room. Now, I have to forewarn you, that weekend that I was working on the dungeon, I had 10 grandchildren over here. So, yeah, 10 grandchildren, from small children to preteens. Yeah, it was kind of noisy, so you can hear them in the background. Now, I did tell them to tone it down a little bit, so about 4 minutes into the video, you'll start to hear them, and then they tone it down all the way about 6 or 7 minutes in, but you can still hear me and see what I'm doing when it comes to this dungeon. Now, my oldest granddaughter was doing the recording with my phone. She was trying to zoom in and out, but you pretty much can see the clarity of the pictures, just some focus issues. So, but I got it done. I did get it done. And it wasn't made for the internet or anyone to see. It was made for my personal use, for me to refer back to it years later so I can see how I did it. So with that being said, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and let's get started. Welcome to my haunted house journey. I built this house in 2017. I wanted a haunted house, so I transformed it in 2021. The haunted house was inspired by Bentley House Minis, her Addams Family house on YouTube. I painted the house black and then I painted over it with brown, which made it look kind of dark and gloomy. I gathered some shutters, broke them up a bit, painted them black, then gave them a weathered look. I built this case from scratch to hold the house. The shelves are for storage. This is the back of the case. I put the wheels on the bottom, then painted it black, just like I did the house. These shelves, again, will be used for storage, but the top shelf will be used for the dungeon. I painted it brown, just like I did the house, to give it that gloomy look. This is actually the front of it. These are the doors that I put on the back. I purchased this from eBay, specially made, so it could represent our family name, just like the Addams family. This is the dungeon. As I said before, it sits on the top shelf. Nice look. It does look kind of gloomy. But even better now, it took 3 coats of paint to get to this point. Now this is really haunted. I'm not finished yet. I even gave it an address, 906 Haunted Lane. Enjoy your journey. Now we're going to start working on the haunted house. Well, I removed it from the stand and took the cabinet out. So I'm going to make the 3 rooms. This room will be the kitchen area. This one will be the torture room. And this will be where they keep all the gold and money. So I will keep progress as I go along. Here we go. This is the basement that I'm working on in the haunted house. So I flipped it over because this is the ceiling actually. So I'm going to take some joint compound, mix it with some black paint, make gray because the joint compound is white, and then paint the ceiling. And then I'm going to take this sponge and give it some texture and let that get done first before I actually start doing the stencils. And I have different brick patterns for different parts of the wall. So I'm going to work on that. And then the doors, I got hinges for. And when I get done with all of it, I'll show you what it looks like. Ceiling, and the box is still upside down, but I just want to get a close-up, a texture that is kind of a dark gray, gloomy. But it's going to be so cool when it dries. Did the whole ceiling that way. And I'm going to back up. So there's the box. And the ceiling is upside down. Just a little update. I'm just showing a little bit about what I'm doing with the stencils. I made this out of joint compound. And I added a little bit of gray paint. So I made it as my mortar. So I'm putting a whole glob of this on these stencils. And this is the stencils that I'm using.
You forgot this.
And then so
That's 36.
trying to get all I can out.
You did it?
Just 2 whole globs on one stencil will pretty much cover it. Trying to get all I can because it ain't that much left in there. Okay. I'm going to grab my little knife. I think it's a mortar knife or something they call this. It's an arts and craft though. Hold on. Alright. So this is what I use to smear it. So I take it. It's real thick, so it's like cake batter. So the pink streaks that are in it will disappear once it dries. But when it gets, you gotta smear it fast because it gets thick. Keep it down. I'm recording. So I'm smearing. It's kind of hard to do because you got a lot of grandkids over. They make noise in the background. Ooh. This is a lot of work because this is like my 3rd one that I did, and I think I got like 1.5 left. And it's gonna have to dry overnight. Then I'll have to put the fan on it so it can dry faster. And then I'll go over and texture it, make it look like real brick. Then I'll paint. So you have to really treat it like cake, smeared in each and every block.
Are you done yet? No, after these.
Smear it some more, and smear it some more. I'm trying to stretch it because, like I said, 2 scoops is good. It's hard to see because the color is dark gray. Yee! I got it all on my hand.
Close up the case and remove this. Turn the light on. Alright. Get up. Get up.
I'm recording.
She's recording. See what happens. It's scratchy.
And again, you gotta keep smearing it like it's cake. So we're gonna pause it, the thing, and when I finish smearing it, then we'll record me taking the stencil off. So you can pause it. Okay, if you can get a close-up view, I'm going to pull the stencil up And then when you pull the stencil up, you got to wash it right away because this stuff will cake up on you. There. See? Brick. No, I mean, look at that. It's another layer of brick. So I'm going to go rinse the stencil off, and I'm going to do this end down here, and then I'm going to do the sidewalls. That's it. I got my bricks done. What I'm doing now is taking this little sponge, and see how smooth it is? Bricks are not supposed to be that smooth, so I'm just poking the sponges because they're almost dry. So you have to do this when they're almost dry, but not completely, because if you do it when they're completely dry, you're going to get something like this. It's not really putting holes in. So I'll just show you what I'm doing with the sponge. That's it. Some of them is not real dry, so they're taking the punch better. Trying to make them look like bricks. And so let me give you a little close up one more time. Here's the smooth. Here's after the sponge is hitting it. More like bricks. Okay, so I got a whole long case to do. So I'm gonna put this phone down and get ready to go. I finally got the brick work done on the dungeon to the haunted mansion, haunted house. When I'm done, it'll be a mansion, but see, I got that done, and it goes all the way down to there, and I just did the door. Well, this is like a divider, so it's drying, and I don't want to touch it. So this is the brickwork for the dungeon. If I get close enough, you can see some of the texture I just did to make it look like brick. And this is the round one. And I want to see if I could get a picture of the other side of the door. Yeah, I did a certain kind of design, and you'll see when I'm done with it. Yeah, it's gonna look real nice. So just to update on the dungeon, hopefully I'll be done with the basic part of it before the weekend. All right, I finished the gold room for the haunted mansion, and I did the walls. I did it in gold and a little bit of glitter. The ceiling as well, but the floor I painted black with just a little bit of gold glitter. So in here it'll look like money. And that's where they keep all their valuables and their money. They don't trust banks. And then this is the door, which I got it to fix to where it's open and shut. So this, I had to do this side and this wall and put in another wall. So there'll be 3 rooms total when I'm done. But I'm almost there. Almost there. This is what I've done thus far. This is the dungeon. And I'm almost complete. So this is what I did with the gold room. This is the money room. This is what all the money and gold and all their savings is going to be. The white stuff you see is just glue. So that'll dry and it'll be clear. But I did the floor kind of with a little bit of glitter to make it in the ceiling, which I think I said that in the last clip. This is the torture room. And this door was shut more, but I got to wait for it to dry so it don't stick. And I love this little lion. Let me see if I can get it to shut. There. There's the lion. Let's see if we can get it close up. There it is, yeah. The lion head with a little red eyes. I'm trying to get a clear zoom. There it is. That's the lion, and those are the stones on the door. This is the dungeon. Well, the actual torture room, because the whole thing is the dungeon. Then this door leads to where the kitchen is going to be. So I'm going to actually put steps that's going to lead up to the main house. So I'm almost there. So this floor right here, I have to finish. I need to finish this floor, which is going to raise this up. So let's see what happens. I just finished doing the flagstone on the floor. Let's go in part of the torture room, which is gonna, you can see what This is darker stone, this is lighter. So from here back is the torture area. So I made that stone as well as the kitchen. And I just cleared it out. So now what I'm going to do is going to add some watered down black to kind of get rid of the white and let it dry overnight. And then tomorrow I'm going to add color. And then I'm going to work on putting some steps to make it look like it's going into the house. Almost done with the dungeon as far as the major part. Decorating is the easy and fun part. I'm making the steps in the kitchen for my haunted dollhouse. So what I did was I couldn't figure out, I tried to see this lady on YouTube try to do it the way she did it, but it wasn't working out for me. Hers is for a house, this is for like a big mansion dungeon. So I seen another lady, so I tried making the steps out of this mat, measuring mat. So that's how I made my steps. See, I just traced it with regular typing paper. So now I'm going to transfer this to foam board, which I got right here. And then I'm going to make 2 of them. Then I'm going to make the steps out of this balsa wood, put it together, and then I'll show you what I do after that. Still up, this is 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm working on some hinges to hold the doors from the inside. And then I have also made these, I forgot what these called, these back in the, they called these back in the olden days where they used to bolt the doors, and these would be the hinges. So I got like 3 pieces of wood, painted part of it black. So I'll paint this whole thing black, and I will have this. And then I've also completed the stone walls for the steps. So I'm going to paint these, and then I'm going to let everything dry overnight, and I'll assemble it, and we'll see how it looks. So let me move this so it's part of the door. We'll see. This is the dungeon. This is the door has a little light under it, and I'm going to put chains on it, but I have to figure out how I'm going to do that to where you can't get in there. The steps that leads up to the house. Finally put the chandelier in, and this is the door that leads to the other room, but once you open it, it has a bar going across. That's because if you're on this side and they're working in the torture room, see the electric chair? If they're working in here, they can lock you out. So if they working, and then I got to put a lock right here underneath the knob. That way it won't open. So this is the torture room, of course. And well, the tape is on the ceiling with the light because the glue is still holding the lamp up. So I had to wait till it dry to take it off. And this is the vault with the lion on it. So once you open this door, let's see if we can get that open. Yeah, that's the vault. And then it also has a bar that goes across when they're inside counting their money. And then they move their bar out the way. And then here's where I'm going to put all the jewels and gold and diamonds and statues and valuables. So it's not bad. I'm kind of proud of myself. So I'm just doing a little touch up. And I'll be ready to put her back in the case. And she's good to go. This is turning out really, really good. I love that door. I do. I can't wait to put the chains up. Alrighty then. This is an update on my miniature mansion. Now this is a mansion that a family lives in, but it's old and people walk past it because they scared it's haunted. I'm not done with it. I have to literally put vines going up the walls. So I'll make sure I get footage of that and document it. But this is what I want to focus on, the dungeon. There's the kitchen, the torture room, and the vault. Now, in the kitchen, I put shelves with silver, real silver dishes, and they eat well. They got cheesecake, they got apple pie and jello, they got their pots and pans. Now, that door, it covers a dragon. You know, dragons are prone to gold and silver. So in the back of the door, there's a lot of gold and silver. So the dragon is very content. Now, the moment that somebody tries to get to the gold, other than the people of the house, if they can actually get through this kitchen, through the guards, and they warn you, enter and die, they get through that, then they in the torture room. Well, in the torture room, you got another guard waiting to torture you. Well, when that guard gets to fighting you, if you get past it, then it triggers the dragon, the senses of the dragon. So there's a pathway in the back, all the way to the back, that leads to the room with the gold. Even though there's gold behind those walls, that wall will literally disappear, and that dragon is going to devour whoever tries to take that gold, because that dragon goes far as he's concerned, except for the people who owns the house. He has a connection with them. So, but this is my rubies, big giant pearls, gold coins everywhere, and this is like a little tote. Looks like real nickels and dimes and quarters. Let me see if I can get a close up. Yeah, there it is. See? And I bought it from Hobby Lobby. It was too cute. So I got pearls everywhere. I got a sword made of heart and gold, all kind of valuable silver statues. Then they got the king and queen crown, a vault full of gold nuggets, and your gold candle holder. So they loaded. They got money galore, and they got protection from the supernatural, as you can tell in the torture room. They give sacrifices. So somebody's bold enough to go in there, they might get sacrificed. And then those are torture devices. And a bag full of swords, electric chair. They chain you up. I mean, they do all kind of stuff. But I got one more torture device that I'm going to put right here, and that's the Iron Maiden. And I'll document that when I'm done. But other than that, they eat well. They got their turkey and vegetables, and they got their pig, their little pig. There you go. Ribs, roast beef, vegetables, more vegetables, and stew. They got something going on the fire back there. I think it's another type of stew. Yeah. And their vegetables. They got their fruit. Oranges, apples, bananas, and they got corn. So I'm proud of this house. I like it. And that's it for now. One more good view, and I will document some more in a little while. Oh, my next focus is on the conservatory. I'm going to fix the inside of it up, but I got some of the stuff in it that I want, but I got to make the pathway and the stones, and it's going to be real nice when I'm done. All right, hopefully I'll have this whole project done by October 31st. One more addition. I put sort of like a haunted type cloth that you would find at haunted houses and stuff to go in the front of it, so that people won't be putting their hands on it when they see it. It's like a net. And it also helps controls a lot of the dust. So I think that's kind of cool. All right.